Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long time. Yeah, so welcome back. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've made a video. Couple of years actually. Yeah, so hope you guys are all doing fine in these crazy times that we live in, and that you guys are safe and healthy with the coronavirus and all going on and so on. So yeah, because of all the downtime and all the social distancing that's all going on and so on, I decided to basically take up making videos again, rather spontaneously, if I may add, or if I may say so myself. So yeah, so today we are cinematic mode in chase plane is brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, so I've decided to do a flight with the FSLabs A321 from Frankfurt to London-Heathrow, of all places. So hope that my sim doesn't turn into a PowerPoint presentation once we reach London, because it has been, because the London area is has been quite taxing on my computer. But yeah, whatever. So, cinematic view is just amazing. Yeah, so we're currently on the ground in Frankfurt. I just started things up, and yeah, so I shall then basically prepare the flight, and then be going on our way to Heathrow. One thing to mention is that this flight is on VATSIM. In the past I used to fly on IVAO, but at some point I switched over to VATSIM. And yeah, so right now, unfortunately, there's nobody online here in Frankfurt, but from what I can see, that in London there seems to be a few things going on, so hopefully we shall be catching ATC then. And yeah, so the routing is going to be going out on runway 18 via the Sobra 1 Lima departure, and then basically make a right turn to then basically fly westbound, to then basically approach London from the east via the Logan 1 hotel arrival, to then either land on runway 27 left or 27 right. I plan 27 left for the time being, but that's of course subject to ATC. And yeah, okay, wonderful, the yellow hydraulic pump going on. So yeah, so without further ado, let's jump into the cockpit. Alright, so here we are, and yeah, so we just basically took over this aircraft. Yeah, so now we're just gonna hop into the captain's chair and just basically set up the flight. I won't be explaining too much of what's going on, because if you guys want a proper tutorial on how to do the pre-flight on an Airbus 320, then I would just recommend to check out Blackbox711's channel, because he makes amazing content for the Airbus A320 family. So yeah, without further ado, here we go. So don't mind me. Okay. Okay, just checking the hydraulic quantity and oil quantities. Thrust levers idle, flaps 0, parking brake on. Okay. Turn this on. Okay, not going to turn on the seatbelt signs just yet, because we are going to be refueling. So that is on auto. These I'm going to leave off for now, the fuel pumps. Then let's just do a quick FMS setup. So, V25, yeah, engine's okay. Nav database is okay. Just gonna clear that. And we are Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo today. And now I'm just gonna request. Okay, flight plan received. Our cost index for today. Normally should also pick up the cost index, but with the OFP format that I'm using, it doesn't, so. Oh well. Nothing major. So, and temperature is -53. We're planning a flight level 380, but we'll see how that goes, because I have a feeling that we may just stop at flight level 360, but we'll just have to see, so. Going out, runway 18. Delta Fox 160, 220 knots. And then at Rosig, Aerosoft, flight level 90. Okay, and we can set initial climb 4,000. So now we just go to the other side, so there's Logan. So Sabre, flight level 160. And then, you know, yeah, there's a speed restriction, 250 knots, and then we're at Lamburn. And then from there, we're gonna plan 27 left. And it's gonna be via Lamburn. And let's just jump back. So there we go. So Lamburn. We want to be flight level 70. And then 60, 3,500. Yep. That all checks out. Alright. And then from there, our alternate is London Stansted, out of runway 27 left. Brooklyn Park, 7 Golf, until Bravo Kilo Yankee. Then there it's going to be runway 22. No star, but is there... Ah, there's also Novaya. I don't know. I'm just going to select Novaya. Probably, I mean, once the IRS is up and running, I mean, we can check how it looks like on a map. It probably won't make too much sense, but I frankly don't care. So, and our RATNAV setup. Is okay, so this is RNAV departure. We don't need one, but however, for my engine out departure, I want to select read as my on my VOR1, so that's 122.2, and that is all I need for now. Okay. So, and our zero fuel weight is 62.2 tons. And our CGI is estimated at 31.0, but we're going to revise that once we get the load sheet. So, okay, that doesn't look right. What? Okay, something went wrong. So distance, okay, so flight time 1 hour 10, distance 403. Okay. What? Alternate? Oh, okay. It didn't like... Oh, something's wrong with my alternate. Hey, hey. That's interesting. So let's check this out. What went wrong there? Oh, okay. BKY took us somewhere else. Okay. So let's do that, and now let's do BKY again. Ah, so we can select... There we go. So it took us to this one. So we wanted to go to that one. And then from there, close, delete. There we go. That makes a bit more sense now. Always double check your inputs. Because as it is with many things in life, garbage in, garbage out. So, my flight plan says about 5.5 tons of fuel. It being London and it being busy and possibility of being put on holds, because these days, funnily enough, there's more traffic going on VATSIM and on IVAO than there is in real life. So it's kind of it's weird times we live in. So I'm just going to estimate that so 5.5, 6.5, let's say 7 tons, just to be on the safe side. And it gives me about 1.6 tons, 41 minutes of extra time. So that means we arrive with 3.5 tons. I can live with that. So now this is where I jump over here and initialize my the AUC here. There, just putting in my details. Okay, so now this is where I kind of transpose the values I worked out from the FMS on the left side. So 7,000 kilos block fuel, and our trip is, it says 3.4. This is calculated with 3 tons, so I'm just going to override that. And we plan to depart in 40 minutes from now, so that's plenty of time to fuel up and do the catering and etc. So now I'm just going to send that and hop down to boarding. Could play around with water and catering values, but screw it. I'm just going to request catering straight up. And we got a company message. And you see, that's one thing I really enjoy about FSLabs is the way it interacts with GSX. It's just a thing of beauty. So, EOBT 1240, CTOT 1254, taxi time 14 minutes. Yeah, we'll see about that. Okay, so now we let it do its thing, and now I'm just going to go here, request the wind, and while it's doing that, I'm just going to continue with my preparations here. Okay, now since the FMS is, the ADIRSs are aligned, let's cross-check the position. So 50, 02.8, 50, 02.9, sorry, 0.9, yeah, no, that's correct, and then 8, 34.3, 8, 34.3, excellent. So that part's okay. And now, while we're at it, now we can just step through the flight plan, see if it all makes sense. That looks like quite a jumble of waypoints over there. Oh well. We'll figure it out. Okay, now just double check the alternate routing. Oh, okay. I can live with that. Excellent. So, Now let me just go back to the wind page. Still downloading the wind. So, departure is planned to be, or we plan to go off blocks at 12:40. So we have 35 minutes. Yeah, should be fine. And there we go. Got the wind. Just make sure that, yep, they downloaded to completion. So, now what does the progress page say? Okay, so this is what I kinda had in mind. So my flight planning program said that flight level 380, no problem. Optimum is 355. Recommended max is 387. So most likely we may just level off at flight level 360, but we'll decide that once we depart and pass 10,000 feet, and then we'll take a look at it again. So for now we'll just leave it at that. So, okay. So minimum destination fuel on board is 1.7 tons, and we could have 1.6 tons extra. Then our end fuel on board is 3.4 tons. I can live with that. So now we do our secondary flight plan. So copy active, and then Delta Fox 160. We want to go back to Frankfurt, and from there we want to land on runway 7 right, Zulu 7 right. No star. However, we do want to go from Reed. Excellent. Okay, so that's in. There's a flight plan disco, that is fine. So, we'll just go back to the main page. Now, we can close that. And, yeah, that is basically how I prepare a flight in a nutshell. There are probably some inaccuracies that real and seasoned Airbus pilots may be probably shouting at the screen right now, shouting at me, but yeah, it's just how it is. So I think at this stage we're just gonna jump forward to when we initiate boarding. So see you in a bit. Alright, so here we are. Fueling is complete and boarding is going to start in just about a minute, and now I can send off my fuel report. So let me just grab a calculator over here. So we ordered 7 tons, we got 6.9 tons, so 6,900 minus, we had 2.2 tons before. So 6,900 minus 2,200 equals 4,700 times the fuel density, so decimal 802. is 3,769. Punch that in there. So now, as a cross check, add these two figures together, and this should equal roughly the fuel that we want. So that looks like 7 tons to me. So, and send it off. Okay, and we got a new development. We got Frankfurt Towers online, so hopefully he'll remain online until we depart. So there we go, that's GSX doing its thing. Okay, the jetway is already docked, so please don't remove it. And one thing I forgot to do, I need to start the APU and start the APU bleed, because to my understanding, during these corona times, either the air conditioning unit or APU bleed needs to be on to just basically increase cabin ventilation. And that normally should be started before boarding, but oh well. So, according to the Frankfurt ATIS, runway 07 is active, and runway 18 is also available, so it's going to be runway 18 via Lima intersection most likely. So I'm going to be doing the takeoff performance calculation in just a second, and then also do the briefing for it in just a minute. Okay, so APU is available. And let's just go ahead and start the APU bleed already. Oh wow. Performance just took a nosedive right now. Probably because now there's a lot of action going on around the aircraft with GSX and whatnot. Yeah, it's like the everlasting hunt for better performance. It never stops. Okay, so normally Frankfurt always published the weather at 20 past or at 10:02. But knowing Frankfurt, there usually is a couple of minutes delay before they publish the weather. But you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and request it here anyway. Request the METAR. So now should get a company message any moment now. Yep, we got a company message. And yeah, it's the old one. Okay, let's just give that a few minutes. But in the meantime, I can go to flight plan and just clear the GPS primary. Now go back. Okay, quick update. Just checked Frankfurt ATIS, and seems like they changed the runway, so it's not the 07s that are active, it's now the 25s, with which case, due to the local procedure, in Frankfurt, most likely it's going to be runway 18 via November, so that's going to be runway full, so it's going to be full length. And yeah, so now let's just, it's 27 past, let's try download the latest METAR again. See if Frankfurt has now published the latest weather. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna do my preliminary calculations based on this weather, because I mean, this is stupid, this is silly. So the way I do that is so the way I do that is, okay, performance request. It's going to be out of Frankfurt, runway 18. And please give me all intersections. Anti-ice off, runways dry, packs, I want to keep them on. And now, okay, here, final try. If that doesn't work, then I'm going to use the... Okay. So variable 3 knots, so what I tend to do is then just use the reciprocal heading. Assume worst case that it's going to be a tailwind. So 3 knots, 1022. And mind you, I don't know if that's how they do it in real. It's just what I find kind of makes sense, but I mean, for that you have to ask the real guys what they do if they have variable winds. What do they punch into their computers? So no toga, optimum flaps, and this is where this message comes in. So 69.1 tons. And we're going to do a final calculation again once we get our final load sheet. And it's 31.8%. So now send, and we let it do its thing. And the way I tend to usually do it is, like, for my first calculation, I basically want optimum conditions, so basically give me, you know, optimum flaps and whatnot, and give me all the intersections. And then I let it do its thing, and once it comes back with the values, look over it, and then work out for myself what I find is the most sensible. And then with my final calculation, although to be fair, sometimes I don't do a final calculation. Again, if the weather is the same and the weights have barely changed, then I kind of save myself that step. But if the weather does change, or if the load sheet does differ, if the final load sheet does differ with my planning figures, then I'd run a final calculation, and then there I kind of fix the calculation to say that, okay, if it gave me flaps 1 plus F as the optimum, then I run it with run the calculation with flaps 1 plus F, or if it gave me flaps 2, then I run with flaps 2. And if I decided to do a full length takeoff, then I turn off the intersection calculations. I just wanted to give me full length, and so on. So now we wait for the performance figures to come in. And here we go. So runway, yeah, 3 knots tailwind component, worst case planning. Anti-ice off, QNH 1022, 17 degrees, packs on. So with that CG, it's telling me 0.95, so basically nose down 1.0. And with full length, which is what I'm after, so 130, 140, 144, and the flex is 57.
Oh,
someone on Unicom.
From apron to runway 08 holding point, runway 08 VFR.
Okay. Seems like we got some VFR traffic on the Unicom frequency. So let me just punch in those values, and then I'll be doing my departure briefing. So it's flaps 1, and we said down 1.0. No takeoff shift because it's going to be full length, and what did we and the flex was 57. Okay, let me just check. Frankfurt is a NADP noise abatement procedure 2 airport, so that's 1000 and 1000 of AGL, so that is fine. Okay, just double check, yeah, that's the constraint, 220, 78. Alright. Okay, then let us do a quick and dirty departure briefing. So, we're in Airbus A321. Technical condition of the aircraft is okay, and we shall be departing at a runway 18 via the Sobra 1 Lima departure. So, the SID requires a minimum climb gradient of 7.5% until passing flight level 990, which with 2 engines is not a problem. So, climb on runway heading to 800 feet, then direct to Delta Fox 160, then Delta Fox 1908, then to Rosig at or above flight level 990, then to Donab and Sobra, initial climb 4,000 feet. And if we check the FMS, so okay, so we should have the 200 exactly. So we have the 220 knots, and then at Rosig at or above flight level 9 or 0. Okay. And in case of engine failure, we continue straight ahead to Delta Fox 160, then direct Reed, climb 4,000 feet, and then make a right turn to come back for the ILS 07 right. Landing weight is not an issue. Our max takeoff weight is 89 tons, and we're estimated to have about 69 tons of for our takeoff weight. And I just heard boarding is complete, but nonetheless, we're just going to continue with our briefing. So we have set a V1 of 135, VR 140, V2 142, and flex 57. And in case of a rejected takeoff, so the takeoff run available is going to be runway 18 full length is 4,000 meters. The runway is dry. So actions are below 100 knots, we abort for any malfunction. Below V1, we abort for engine fire, failure, thrust loss, windshield warning, or aircraft is not safe to fly. The actions are I-call stop, thrust levers idle, and full reverse. Time to full stop, set parking brake, and start ECAM action. If we decide to continue our takeoff, however, then no actions to be taken below 400 feet EGL, except for silencing any alarms. Once passing 400 feet, then identify and start ECAM actions, and then continue with our engine out SID. What did I forget? Oh yeah, and the MSA is 4,300 feet in the entire area. Departure briefing complete. Okay, so now we wait for the final load sheet, but in the meantime what we can do is see if we can request a pre-departure clearance. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So, as in the sense that sometimes ATC, they have it set up that they can do this, or a lot of times they don't, and we have to revert to basically voice. So, and we are at Bravo 20, and whenever you hear basically the engine or the aircraft sound stop, that is because I just clicked outside of the sim, and for whatever reason I can't get my my video recording software to keep on recording the in-game sounds. It decides to record the audio of basically whatever program I click on. So anyway, so it's ATIS Alpha. Okay.
Fantastic.
Let us send this. And I'm also going to tune Frankfurt Tower already. And we get a company message. Reject, yeah, that's what I feared. Rejected, but the station's not online, so I have to revert to voice. Alright, so be it. But we got the load sheet in the meantime. But before we do that, I'm just going to tell this gate to disconnect. But before I do that, undock. Cabin crew, all doors in flight.
Check your flight scan is not valid and it does not contain a valid.
Alright, so let's just compare 69.1 tons, zero fuel weight 62.3, yep. So there's some minor variation. So now I'm just going to cheat. Please just take the values like that. And now with these values and the latest weather, I'm going to be doing a new
checking your flight scan because there's no initial
a new performance calculation. Okay, so accept.
Initial sit in your flight plan. Initial 6, sorry. So
let's request this, and if this still hasn't updated, then I don't know what. Okay, so performance request, so runway 18, and this time I do not want any intersections.
Frankfurt Tower, g'day, Singapore 325, this information Alpha requesting now clearance down to
Finally. And, okay, the weather didn't change at all. Okay, whatever, but while we're on it,
Stand by just a moment.
might as well.
Complex 4 Lima Delta, contact language radar on 127.
So, although the temperature is 1 degree warmer, so QNH 1022.
Turn off to the cargo lift.
Complex 1
And now, from the
127.7.
final load sheet, so it's 69.1.
127.725. Cargo response for anyone else last night.
And I said I wanted flaps 1 and 31.8. Takeoff CG. Okay, and now we let it run.
Singapore 325, resident Singapore, Salu 1 Delta departure. Was initially formed.
And then while we're at it, I'm going to be requesting startup.
Singapore 325, confirm Solus 9 Sierra.
It was Nana Sierra, Singapore 325.
Once the frequency becomes free again.
Singapore 325, read Packard.
Frankfurt Tower, schönen guten Tag, die Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, stand Bravo 20, information Alpha, request IFR clearance.
Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, Frankfurt Tower, hello. Information Bravo is correct, startup approved. Near Heathrow via Super 1 Lima departure, flight and route climb 4,000 feet and squawk 2113.
We'll check information Bravo, startup approved, clear destination Heathrow via the Sopra 1 Lima departure, flight plan route, initial climb 4,000 feet, squawk 2113, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo.
Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, read correct.
Frankfurt Tower, thank from Golf 016. Good day, sir.
Information Bravo.
25 left.
So, we should check that, so the squawk 2113, and right on cue, get the final performance
Clear to
figures.
land, runway 25 left, thank you from Golf 016.
So there it says, yeah, down 0.95, so down 1.0. 135, 140, 144. Yeah, excellent. And flaps 1 and flex 57. Excellent. So,
Lufthansa 455, please reconnect for your flight and change to
okay, so we are pretty much ready to go, and it is at 40. Let me just check something real quick.
1022 requesting IFR clearance.
Beaver 201, Secretary, hello.
Okay, let me just position my chair properly.
Clear service via 99 Lima departure, flight and route climb 4,000 feet and squawk 2120.
Okay, so let us call the pushback truck.
Zero by 9 Lima departure. Flight route climb 4,000 feet and squawk 2120.
And before start checklist, gear pins covers removed, signs on auto, ADIRS.
Condor 257 ready for first start, Alpha 38.
NAV, fuel quantity 6,940 kilograms, altimeters 1022, 380. And below the line, windows and doors.
Condor 257.
Closed, beacon on, parking brake on, before start checklist complete. Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, request push and start.
Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, push and start approved.
Push and start approved, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo. Right, and nose to the right.
Roger, check completed.
So in the meantime I also checked in 8 is Bravo.
Release parking brake.
It's all the same. Parking brake's released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
There we go, and we got the off block time. Excellent. So, off block at 42.
From Lufthansa 455, any update?
Lufthansa 455, your flight time is still not valid, so please reach an alert rate new route.
And I'm gonna just select the frequency that I think may come up, 127725. I'm just gonna select that
Can you
one.
see where it's not where the...
Because slowly, all the air traffic controllers that are coming out of the woodworks. So engine starts.
455, your flight time starts with
Engine 2 starts.
Yankee 180, that is the airway number 6.
Okay, it's strange because I changed it for the 6 slope mark at the Yankee 180.
And the rest is unchanged?
Yeah. I will try to reconnect on the P3D.
Alright, see you later.
Scandinavian 640, request push and start.
Scandinavian 640, push and start approved.
Push that approved, 640.
Set parking brake.
Ground Lufthansa 910,
Parking brake set.
Bravo 10, request pushback.
Lufthansa 910, negative,
Engine one
the
start.
aircraft pushing back on November 5, so stand by please.
Standing by 910.
Unlocking gear.
Lufthansa
Tow
455,
truck
can you read me?
disconnected. Light has been removed.
Tremendous 10 Government 16, welcome to Frankfurt taxi by Mike 1 to the left, right turn onto Mike, then taxi by Mike 8, hold to 25 center.
Almost there.
Could you please repeat our taxi route Tango from Gold 016?
After start flows.
016, right turn onto Mike, and taxi Mike 8, hold to 25 center.
Turning to Mike, then Mike 8, and could you please repeat the last
Flight control
part of
check.
the route?
Full up.
Full
down.
016, hold short,
Neutral.
runway 25 center.
Full left.
Mike
Full right.
8 will hold the short
Neutral.
runway
Rudder.
25 central Tango from Gold 016.
Full left. Full right.
Lufthansa
Neutral.
455.
After start checklist. Anti-ice. Off.
Lufthansa 455.
Econ status.
Is now correct. Would you
Checked.
like to receive clearance?
Trim. 31.8% set and 0 mobile off. After start checklist complete.
Lufthansa 455,
Oh.
information
Hello.
current startup approved, cleared to Heathrow Passport 1D departure, flights en route, climb 4,000 feet and 217.
Okay, didn't know that he was gonna get it. Pushback clearance.
To London-Heathrow via so far 1D departure and hotel 42017. Lufthansa 455.
Lufthansa 455, negative, squawk 2117.
Okay, now we take 2117.
Lufthansa 455, route back correct.
Lufthansa 1 Hotel Romeo. Yeah, request taxi in sequence.
Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, the standby due to a aircraft in front of you.
Standing by. Yeah, I mean that's why I said request taxi in sequence, but whatever. Okay, so, and now we wait.
Frankfurt Tower, UPS 476, explain Foxtrot 220, requesting push and start.
UPS 476, push and start approved.
Oh, okay, cabin is ready, however. Oh, what's the engine temp? 45 degrees, 50 degrees, okay. No.
Control 257.
Engines are still too cold. I'll just
Ready for taxi.
wait.
Control 256, are you a heavy aircraft?
Negative.
Control 256, Roger, taxi to Holland Point runway 25 center via November 7, Lima and Lima 6.
Qualify 25 center by November 7, Lima 6, Condor 257.
Scandinavian 640, request taxi.
Scandinavian 640, taxi to holding point runway 257. Sir, by November 5 Lima and Lima 6 on Lima, give way to a Condor 727 passing from right to left.
Taxi to holding point 25 cents in November 5 and Lima and looking for the traffic giveaway at Scandinavian 640.
Scandinavian 640, confirm after Lima.
Can you please repeat? It was a little bit broken. Confirm after Lima to Lima 3 or Lima 1?
Scandinavian 640, Lima 6.
Okay, we will take Lima 6, Scandinavian 640.
Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, taxi to holding point runway 2, correction 18 via November 5 and November.
Taxi holding point runway 18 via November 5 and November, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo.
Lufthansa 455 at Alpha
Alright.
0, good start.
So, parking brakes released. Clear left side.
Last
Clear right side.
Cushion start, taken.
Good afternoon, Tower, Air China Ward 2 approaching Address Lobby 25 left.
Air China 1112, Frankfurt Tower, hello, wind very for 3 knots, runway 25
Brakes check.
left, clear to land.
Pressure 0.
Runway 25 left, clear to land, Air China Ward 2. Lufthansa 455 at Alpha 20, request push start.
Lufthansa 455, push and start, approved, base south.
Push and start is approved, station south. Lufthansa 455.
Cockpit Tower, hello, die Lufthansa 1 Echo Kilo, stand Alpha 15, information Bravo, request clearance to Venedig, please.
Lufthansa 1 Echo Kilo, Frankfurt Tower, hello, info Bravo, current.
Oh, is that a 727 back there?
Lima, India,
Oh, would you look at that?
89 Lima departure, flight in route, climb 4,000 feet and squawk 2124.
Clear to Venedig via the Aniki 9 Lima departure route, confirm runway 18 and initial climb 4,000 feet, squawk 2124, Lufthansa 1 Echo Kilo.
Lufthansa 1 Echo Kilo, A-frame runway 18, repack correct.
Alpha Tower, good afternoon, Lufthansa 9 Kilo Alpha, Alpha 21 info Bravo to Köln.
Lufthansa 9 Kilo Alpha, Frankfurt Tower.
Alright, so quick recap. Yeah, also Sopra 1 Lima has been is confirmed. So it's runway heading until passing 800 feet, then direct to Delta Fox 160, max 220 knots, and then to Delta Fox 198, then to Rosig, initial at or above 90, then Donau and Sopra, initial climb 4,000 feet, and squawk is 2113 set, and our next frequency is not sure, it could be Langen Radar on 127725, if not then it's Unicom, no big deal, but at least we pre-selected the frequency. In case of engine failure, we just continue straight ahead until Delta Fox 160, then to Ried, climb 4,000 feet, and then make a right turn for the Isla Zulu 07 right.
We'll cross runway 25 right.
And the RTO briefing remains the same, runway 18, full length, 4,000 meters, below 100 knots of work, no function, below V1, engine fire failure, thrust loss, winch warning, aircraft's not safe to fly. Departure briefing complete.
Echo 5, Lima November 1, standing from Go 016. Canadian 640 Lima 6.
Yep, engines are warm enough. So, okay, let's just slow down. So, before takeoff checklist, flight controls checked, flaps 1 plus F, takeoff speeds, flex 135, 140, 144, flex 57, ECA memo, takeoff no blue, down to the line. I mean, even though I'm an Airbus nut, I do love the 747. It's just a beauty.
UPS 476, ready for taxi.
UPS 746, taxi holding point runway 18 via November 11 November.
Holding point runway 18 via November 11 and November for UPS 476.
And last station communication.
Lufthansa 1370 requesting clearance.
Lufthansa 1370 Frankfurt Tower, hello from Mike, back. Condor 257, wind variable 3 knots, runway 25 center, clear for takeoff.
25 center, clear for takeoff, Condor 257.
And then 640 behind departing, Condor 7279 up runway 25 center behind.
Right behind departing traffic, Skinner 19640.
Tower Air China, Volvo 1 to Romeo 11.
Air China 2, are you a cup flight? Air China 1112, confirm, are you a cargo flight?
Roger that.
Frankfurt Tower, hello, United 2788 with you, established ILS 251.
United 2788, Frankfurt Tower, hello, wind variable 3 knots, runway 25 left. Confirm 25 left is, wind variable 3 knots, runway 25 left, clear to land.
Yep, it's 25 left, that's what the London radar gave us, and we're good to land, United 2788. Speedbird 201 request position stop.
Speedbird 201, stand by, break service, minutes and government 016, hold position.
Holding position, Tango Control 016. Tower Lufthansa 9 Kilo Alpha ready for push and start, Alpha 21.
Lufthansa 9 Kilo Alpha, push and start approved.
Approved 9 Kilo Alpha.
And then Nathan 640, wind variable 3 knots, runway 25 center, clear for takeoff.
25 center, clear for takeoff, Skinner 19640.
On board 257, contact language radar on 127.1 view.
12775, Condor 257, thank you very much, bye bye.
Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, line up runway 18.
Line up runway 18, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo. Cabin crew, prepare for takeoff.
Approaching 18.
And below the line, takeoff runway 18 full length. Packs on engines. Before takeoff, checklist complete.
On runway 18.
Speedbird 201, pushback approved.
Alright, so minimum takeoff fuel was 5.5 tons or something along those lines, and we have 6.7, so we're good. We're actually about 100 kilos lighter than expected here.
Scandinavian 640, contact language radar on 127.1
Okay.
Level
And with this wonderful weather,
Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, wind variable 3 knots, runway 18, clear for takeoff.
clear for takeoff, runway 18, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo. Alright, here we go. Takeoff.
UPS 476, line up, runway 18.
Line up runway 18 right for UPS 476.
Singapore 225, requesting taxi.
Singapore 325, taxi to holding
Okay.
runway 18 via November.
Here we go. Manflex SRS runway out, thrust blue.
Holding point
Thrust set.
Singapore 325.
100 knots.
Minutes government 016, way to Singapore
V1.
7 taxi from
Rotate.
right to left and taxi to gate Echo 5 via November.
We'll take you to
climb.
Point via
Gear up.
November at requesting Singapore,
Yeah.
Tango Control 016.
Lufthansa 455, rotate.
Autopilot 1.
Lufthansa 455, taxi holding point runway 18 via November.
1 8 9 November.
8 N November.
Singapore 325, requesting taxi.
Clear for takeoff.
Lufthansa 455, taxi holding point runway 18 via November.
18 November.
taxi by
Open climb.
Holding 18 by Amsterdam.
Thrust climb, alt blue, alt thrust. And I want this to be eventually.
Hotel Romeo, and Langolila,
127725, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, ciao. Lang radar Gude, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, passing 2100, climbing 4000 feet.
Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, Lang radar Gude, identified, climb flight level 70.
Climb flight level 70, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo.
Charlie Oscar Mike Mike Alpha, contact München radar 124.05, ciao ciao.
124.05, Lexus 72.
Speed check club 0.
Lufthansa 9 Charlie, expect ILS 25 left.
Let's 35
Yeah.
left.
Sorry about that, Master Caution. It's just, I recently calibrated my...
Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, climb flight level 380.
Climb flight level 380, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo. Okay, 38,000 blue.
Lufthansa 105, you're leaving my airspace, Unicom 122.
So I just recently calibrated my throttle, so I'm still a bit not used to them. So I missed the appropriate thrust gate. So okay, altimeters standard 5-1. Yeah, so I missed the thrust gate, and then it gave me a warning saying that basically there was a mismatch between the two throttles, the two thrust levers. So it happens.
Scandinavian 640, proceed direct nach November Alpha Tango Sierra Uniform.
Please head up to Scandinavian 640.
Scandinavian 27 kilo, descent flight level 350.
350, Scandinavian 27 kilo. Titanium November X Sierra, receiving airspace Charlie on radial 226 outbound, Karlsruhe VOR.
Titanium November X Sierra, absolutely no problem. It's approved to leave airspace Charlie 2 below, and yeah, I'll call you back when you're leaving the airspace and you can continue VFR.
Titanium November X Sierra.
DOD 6 Alpha Lima, contact München radar 124.05, bye-bye.
124.05, DOD 6 Alpha Lima, bye-bye.
Lufthansa 2 Kilo Victor, turn right, heading 230, cleared ILS 25 left.
Right turn heading 230, cleared ILS 25 left, Lufthansa 2 Kilo Victor. Good afternoon, Scandinavian 27 Golf inbound to Me2 at 380.
Scandinavian 27 Golf Langen radar, hello, identified.
Langen, hello from UPS 476. Have you at 4000
Alright, so here we are in the climb.
Inbound Bilderberg 498.
Off to England.
476 Langen radar, hello, identified. Climb flight level 260.
Not sure which frequency is next. Probably Unicom, but whatever. Yeah. So I mean, apart from that master caution which we had, which wasn't a malfunction, it was just Yeah, I was just being an idiot at setting takeoff thrust, so yeah, the takeoff went rather smooth. So yeah, so let's just see how long we'll be in his sector until we leave it. Alright, so we're at now at flight level, approaching flight level 170, and optimum is still 355, recommended max is 389. So let's just take a look. So there's my top of climb, and there's my top of descent. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it.
Enter the control zone via Romeo. And
yeah, I'm just going to pre-select Unicom because I think that's the next handoff.
Good from 0 to 0, entering control zone via Romeo, will go. Delta in November X Sierra.
Good afternoon, Lufthansa 9 Kilo Alpha, Airborne, Norfolk climbing level 7.
Lufthansa 9 Kilo Alpha, line radar, Google identified, climb climb level 160.
Climbing 160, 9 Kilo Alpha.
Lufthansa 9er Charlie, turn left heading 340,
take a look at the cabin.
descent altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1021.
That's 340, clear down to 4,000 feet, QNH 1021, Lufthansa 9 Charlie.
It's a beautiful day.
Speedbird 908, you're shortly leaving my airspace, Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
Going to Unicom 122.
Here's the there's the airport over there. And this here is the Rhine, the Rhine River. Yeah, it's a really good day to go flying. Okay. And just for some fun, I'll just turn on the weather radar. See if we get any radar echoes. Nothing. Seems to be no serious weather going on. And yeah, so that one's the takeoff and climb phase.
Flying down radar, g'day Singapore 325, climbing 4,000 now.
Just waiting to be handed off to
Singapore 325,
to Unicom.
Identified, climb level 310.
And
flight level 310, Singapore 325.
yeah, so I shall see you guys back in the cruise. See you later. Okay, 2,000 to go. Alright, so we are at flight level 360, just about to reach our top of climb. And we got our company message. That is probably the parking, yeah. Parking stand 226 is what it's telling us. Well, let's see if air traffic control is going to award us that same one. So, 226. I'll just make a note of that. So, yeah, so we've been basically handed off to, or basically transferred over to Unicom, because there is no air traffic control, and from what I see also London Centre has gone offline, so but Heathrow Tower is still there, so that should be interesting. And yeah, as predicted, it's a very slow climb up to flight level 380, so wondering for the return flight if I'm going to do the 370 or even 350. There, 1000. Clouds are picking up a little bit, but it still is a nice day to go flying. We've got someone flight level 380 as well, about 40 miles away. Hope he doesn't get in my way. And here we go. Mach, Alt Cruise. And yeah, this guy is on the same level. Hope he's at least flying in our direction. So set that to that, set that to that. Just check all the parameters if they're okay again. Alright, so our top of descent is in 120 miles, so still got a bit of time before we have to start with the descent preparations. And yeah, so as I've already mentioned at the start of this video, that yeah, it's been a long time since I have done a video. Thing is that, I mean, I just do these videos spontaneously whenever I feel like them. It's not that I don't want to turn this into a chore. I mean, to be frank, I mean, I don't think that also that many people are into this kind of stuff and so on. And I mean, I also have an audience of only about, like, I only have about 500 something subscribers. I mean, which isn't bad, but still, it's not never meant to be like a full-time job or basically like a serious thing. My YouTube channel, it's just basically supposed to be for flight sim enthusiasts who just feel like, who just like to watch airplane videos. I mean, I suppose the style of videos that I make is probably more better suited for streaming. However, at this stage, at least, I have no interest in getting into streaming, and basically, I do not want to create like an atmosphere of, or basically the atmosphere of expectation that basically people expect that I pump out videos, I don't know, every week or something like that. Yeah, it's just sporadically, randomly, every now and then. So yeah, this is so I'll probably not be apologizing for every video that I make that it's been a while, because that's just the nature of things. It's always been a while. So, but however, there has been a lot of changes in my personal life since I did my last videos. Because with my last video, I was still living in the United Kingdom, in London, and moved back to Germany in January of last year. Starting a whole new job and whatnot, moving and whatnot. So yeah, so there have been a lot of changes, and then before I knew it, the bloody pandemic has to break out. So yeah, it's a weird world we live in. So Unicom is still active. That's lovely. So yeah, so that is basically my story of how I got to where I am right now. Yeah, so, and as I also mentioned in the video before, I just hope that everyone is doing fine, and sooner or later this pandemic will be over and things will hopefully turn back to normal. But in the meantime, all we can do is just do our part and just wait it out. So yeah, so at this stage of the flight there's not much to do except to do basically fuel checks and whatnot, but that I'm gonna be doing off screen because I have my flight plan on my iPad. And I shall see you guys again once we are a bit closer to our top of descent and basically make our way into London. So see you guys in a bit. Alrighty, so here we are again, just about 20 miles away from our top of descent, and we have just reached the English Channel. There she is. A bit cloudy, can't see much, but yeah, so a few updates. Just checked out the Heathrow ATIS, and it's runway 27 right. That's for landing. And also a couple of air traffic controllers have come online, so yeah, let's see how that goes. And yeah, what else? Oh yeah, this guy over there, he's also flying to Heathrow. That was the guy that was on the same level as we were. Turns out he's also flying to Heathrow. So, since we are on Unicom, I'm just gonna select the first flight level constraint, which happens to be flight level 160 at Sabre. Just have that one ready. And then about 2 to 3 miles before the top of descent, I'll just give the altitude button a tiny push, and down we go. So yeah, so FMS has already been updated to the new runway, and yeah, weather is not too shabby at all. It's even here we go. So 17 degrees, wind 300 degrees, 7 knots, and QNH 1024, and transition level 70. So yeah, it's not too shabby. Rather cloudy today. And so we wait. So, and we're coming up. So that's 3. So once it hits 2, I'll just give it a push. And there we go. So, thrust idle, descent, alt blue, flight level 160. And down we go. And let me just double check which controller we're going to be speaking to next. I have a feeling that's going to be Heathrow arrival. Yeah, Heathrow arrival. Okay, so that frequency is 119.725, and it's been pre-selected. Excellent. Okay. So there we go. Aircraft is just capturing the descent path. And there's Logan. So according to the chart, pilots should plan for a possible descent clearance as follows: flight level 250 by Logan. And according to the FMS, we're going to be there at flight level 242 or something like that, so we're fine. And we need to be flight level 160 by Sabre, which is why I selected 160. And now, so if we zoom out, there we go. Level off at Sabre, as planned. Okay. So, landing elevation 100 feet, that is about right. Yep. Okay, and while we're at it, while we're this far out, I might as well already do my radio and approach setup while there's no air traffic controller blaring at us, so I shall need, so basically... Oh, okay, then, okay, no nav aids need to be set up for this approach, so I'll just let AutoTune handle this. And our minimum for Cat 1 approach is 278 feet, MDA. So, thrust reduction, yeah, 1,000 feet, yeah, that sounds about right. Minimum clean speed is 209 knots. So, the runway is 3,900 meters long, so we shall select auto brakes low. Okay, so let's do a quick and 30 approach briefing. So we're still in Airbus A321. Technical condition of the aircraft is still okay. So we are coming in via the Logan 1 hotel departure, arrival into Lamburn, from which then we will hook up to the ILS 27 right. So from Lamburn it's a bit weird, so from Lamburn we'll be at flight level 70, then doing step descents to 6,000 feet. And then at the 19 miles from Bravo November, max 118 knots, so that would mean at that stage we'll probably be already coming in at flaps 1, if not even flaps 2, but that we will see. And then the final altitude for the ILS is 2,500 feet, and the glide path intercept of India Romeo is 7.5 miles. And, oh, there we go, I stand corrected. So there is a VOR that I can set. London VOR. So set on VOR1. So the check altitude at 4DME is 1,410 feet, and the minimum is 278. In case of a missed approach, climb straight ahead. When passing 1,580 feet or 0 miles of India Romeo, whichever is later. Climbing, turn right on track 316 to 3,000, then as directed. The MSA is 2,200 to the northwest and 2,100 in the remaining sector. The runway is 3,900 meters long, and this is going to be a flaps full, auto brakes low. We looked at the weather. The weather is fine and dandy. So, approach briefing complete, and now we just monitor our descent. So, 34 miles until our level off, and at which point, at some point, Heathrow is probably going to reach out to us and ask them to contact them. Okay, no radar echoes, that is good. Okay, this is me probably just being paranoid, but I am just going to check the ATIS again. The way I check the ATIS is through the vPilot app client. I just double click on the ATIS frequency and then it shows it to me as a text form. It's the quickest and most reliable way to just look up an ATIS, in my opinion. So, yeah, arrival runway 27 right, departure 27 left, transition level 70, winds 300 at 7 knots, varying between 260 340.
Traffic.
Oh, hello. Okay, let's see how this is going to unfold. But wait, he's 2,500 feet below me. Okay. Ah, got him in sight. There he is. He won't be a factor. And ooh, look at that. Wind farm. In the ocean, in the water. That's kind of neat. There's always
Adjust
one, isn't there?
Vertical speed. Adjust.
I don't think so, Mr. TCAS.
Clear of conflict.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Okay. So, and there we go. That is Heathrow Arrival, I think is their name. So let me just call them up. Heathrow Arrival, good afternoon. Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, passing flight level 228, descending flight level 160, information echo.
Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, Heathrow, hello, landing runway 27 right, there is no delay. Just report your indicated airspeed at the moment.
Indicated airspeed 260 knots, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo.
Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, thank you. Flying speed 280 knots or greater, descend flight level 140.
280 knots or greater, descent flight level 140, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo. Cool, no delays, I love that. So, selected speed, so 140 has been selected, so Ultimagent, flight level 160.
Descend to altitude 6,000 feet, QNH 1024.
6,000 feet, QNH 1024, speedbird 908.
Stupid 9278, then left heading 245, that gives you about 45 miles from runway 275.
And I'm just going to select Heathrow Tower.
245, copy,
so it's 118.5, I believe. Yeah, 118.5.
Stupid 908, descend flight level 70. Stupid 9278, descend flight level 70.
Okay, so 27 right, as briefed.
London, good afternoon. UPS 476 heavy information echo, the QNH 1024, Boeing 747, we're descending for flight 160, inbound stable.
Roger, I'll call you back. 29 kilo, climb now, flight level 380.
30, speedbird 9 kilo.
29 kilo, you can redirect to Backer.
Direct to Backer, thank you very much, speedbird 9 kilo.
What's the temperature? Okay, engine NTI's on. And let's put on the seatbelts.
Speedbird 908.
KLM 1007, contact down 118.5, bye-bye.
118.5, next to 1007.
Stupid 908, speed now 250 knots to left.
250 knots to left, speedbird 908.
Stupid 9378, standard speed below flight level 100. 250 knots, 250. UPS 476, Heathrow, hello, landing runway 27 right. Your speed now 280 knots or less. Descend flight level 180.
Okay, landing on the 27 right, speed back 280 knots or less, and descend flight 180 for UPS 476.
289 right on the heading, establish localizer T7 right, then descend with the glide path.
Clear localizer on the right, 27 right, and descending glide path, speedbird 908.
289 right, speed 220 knots or greater.
London approach, afternoon, Lufthansa 455, inbound Logan.
There you go, 140 blue.
I'll call you back. UPS 476, descend flight level 150.
Descend flight level 150, UPS 476.
2000.
278, get about 42 miles for 27 right, descend to altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1024.
Altitude 5,1024,
Okay, I'm going to do vertical speed, so vertical speed, outlook, flight level
220 knots or greater.
220 knots or greater, speedbird 908.
Stupid 9 kilo,
okay, let's just whack on that wing NTIS as well, just for safe measure.
Thank you very much, have a wonderful day.
You too. Lufthansa 455 P3 director, good afternoon, landing runway 27 right with no delay. You can redirect to Landmore, Lima Alpha Mike, descend flight 080.
1000.
So right to direct Landon at descend flight
Okay, we're going to engine NTI's off.
Lufthansa 8 hello, Romeo, left turn heading 245, that will give you 45 miles to runway 275.
Left heading 245, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo. Heading Outstar.
476, descend flight level 140.
Descend flight 140 for UPS 476.
Stupid 9278, speed 220 knots.
2320, cleared 97.
Correct, hello to London Golf, 5,900 climbing 6,000 maximum golf. Super 9178 Heathrow, hello, fly heading 155, climb flight level 170. Fly heading 155, climb flight level 170, Spirit 917 Golf.
Oh yeah, the frames are starting to suffer already. This is going to be fun. Oh, there's the Thames estuary.
Super 908, roger, speed 180 knots, or greater till it's fine.
Well, sorry if I'm not talking so much because I'm concentrating right now.
Bit back to 180 knots, 180 knots till it's fine, or greater.
Okay, weather radar, I can turn that off. I'm going to put that one on instead.
Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, descend flight level 70.
Descend flight level 70, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo.
UPS 476, descend flight level 80. UPS 476, descend flight level 80.
Descend flight level 80, UPS 476.
Lufthansa 455, reduce your speed 280 knots, please. And Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, if you could expedite the descent, I'll help you along.
Expedite descent, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo. Okay, so speed brakes out. So flight level 70 blue.
29278 on the heading, get that effect line to 27 white and descend with the glide path.
Okay, press heading 1 third ground establish, descend 5271, 927.
So I'm just gonna
UPS 476, descend flight level 70.
draw an extended center line.
Level 70, UPS 476.
Lufthansa 8 Hello Romeo, you've got 42 miles from Romeo 27 right, descend to altitude 6,000 feet to QNH 1024.
Descend altitude 6,000 feet, QNH 1024, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo. And do we maintain high speed below flight level 100 as well?
You can do if you need it.
Roger, will do. We'll maintain high speed, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo.
Roger. Cupid 908, speed 160 knots or greater for 4 near me.
So 6,000 blue.
16 knots or greater until 4.5 miles DME. Speed of -0.
It's a bit of a mouthful. You can contact Tower now 118.5. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you. 118.5.
There's the Thames and there's London.
Golf 3 direct GL, sign flight level 290. Sorry, Bell, climb flight level 290 to 917 Golf. Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, descend to altitude 5,000 feet.
Descend altitude 5,000 feet, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo.
Skyway 14 Mike with you, south. Skyways 14 Mike, Heathrow director, hello. You can route direct to Leona, climb flight level 170. Route direct Leona, 170, Skyways 101.
Okay, speed brakes coming back in.
UPS 476, turn left heading 240 degrees.
There we go. 2,000.
40 miles from runway 271.
Okay, left heading 240 for UPS 475. Great, 476.
Oh, there are the Docklands and there's London City Airport.
Lufthansa 8, hello Romeo, turn right heading 250 degrees.
Right heading 250 degrees, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo.
Super 9278, you can maintain speed 160 knots or greater for 4 miles.
160 greater for 4,
So 1,000.
Lufthansa 8, hello Romeo, on the heading, establish localize the runway 27 right and descend with the glide path.
On present heading, on present heading, cleared localizer and descend with the glide path, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo.
UPS 476, 40 track miles, 27 right, descend to altitude 6,000
Okay.
feet, QNH 1024.
6,000 feet, QNH 1024, for speed, UPS 476.
So that's time to
UPS
slow down.
476, passing flight level 100, standard speed, please.
And I'm just going to activate approach phase.
Standard speed, so 250 knots or less below flight level 100.
High probability diesel rating, UPS 476.
Thank you.
Cabin crew, prepare for landing.
278, tower now 118.5, bye-bye.
18.5.
So, lock blue.
2917 Golf, nothing further, Unicom 122.8, over. 122.8, 2917 Golf, see ya.
Speed, alt star.
Lufthansa 455, after Lamborn, flight heading 265.
After land on
Oh yeah, the frames are suffering. Lockstar. Oh. Oh, okay. The frames just froze a bit. So, GS Blue, Cat 32, Autopilot 1 and 2.
UPS 476, descend to altitude 5,000 feet.
Descend altitude 5,000 feet, UPS 476.
Lufthansa Hotel Romeo, maintain speed 180 knots or greater.
180 knots or greater, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo. Okay. So, flaps 1. Speed checked. Glidestar.
Skyways 140, might climb.
So, go around altitude 3,000 feet. Accept. So let's just see. Oh my god, the frames.
Lufthansa 455, descend flight level.
Oh, there we go, there's the shard.
And Lufthansa 455,
There's
no
the
speed restriction.
There's the House of Parliaments, there's the Eye,
There is no
there's the
speed
Gherkin,
restriction.
there's London Tower, there's the Tower Bridge. Oh my goodness. That's the HMS Belfast, I would assume. Oh man, it's been a while since I've been to London. Anyway,
UPS 476,
gotta concentrate.
Confirm the speed 180 for UPS 476.
Confirm when you level at 5,000 feet, speed 180 knots.
Okay, when there's a speed back 180 for UPS 476.
So, Heathrow Airport is over there. And my office used to be just somewhere off to the north of the airport. When I used to work in England. Just checking everything is where it should be.
I love that support, my man. You give me a good rate of descent so I can get you in a bit quick.
Yeah, Roger.
Skyways 140 to Mike, Unicom now 122 decimal 8, goodbye. 122 decimal 8, thank you very much. Skyways 140. UPS 476, descend to altitude 4,000 feet. UPS 476, descend to altitude 4,000 feet.
4,000 feet, UPS 476, and are we cleared for the approach?
Good,
Going to be my
the
next one,
frames.
UPS 476 on the heading, descend with localizer 27 right, then descend with the glide path.
Okay, let's see how
Okay,
that
when
goes.
is that just on the localizer descend on the glide path for UPS 476?
Lufthansa 8LL Romeo, speed 160 knots from 40 of
Speed 160 knots until 40 of me, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo.
Lufthansa 455 left turn heading 120 degrees.
Left heading 120 degrees.
Okay, so in that case, flaps 2,
UPS
speed checked.
476, if you need it, you can descend to altitude 3,000 feet and further with the glide path.
Yeah, this is okay, 4,000 we can do for UPS 476.
Okay, thanks. Lufthansa 8 Hotel
2,500.
call back.
Checked.
Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, contact tower 118.5, bye-bye.
118.5, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, bye bye. Heathrow Tower, good afternoon, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, established ILS 27 right.
Play back, I can 728, 221, sorry, Heathrow now 119.765. Cover the departure here, kind of thank you. Lufthansa A321-X, like that,
Okay, so
300 degrees, 7 up.
clear to land, runway 27 right, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo. So, flaps 3, speed checked.
2800, runway 27 left, takeoff at 7 degrees, sorry, 300 degrees, 7 up. Clear to take off,
And flaps full. landing checklist. ECAM memo, landing no blue. Okay, so now speed managed. Gonna let the airspeed bleed off. So VLS 131. 131, yep. So no need to adjust my the approach speed. Okay. After a touchdown, I hope I can get idle reverse, and that's again my throttle sensitivity thing is.
1000.
Clear to land runway 27 right, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo. I thought he cleared me already. Oh well, I guess I'll get to see that in the replay. So, auto thrust off.
Speedbird 1-2 for takeoff. You sure
And autopilot off, manual flight. Oh wow, the frames.
Canada 46 Foxtrot Golf, ready for departure. Canada 46 Foxtrot Golf, 500. British Airways 745. British Airways Concord, B November Bravo 2 Whiskey Lando, runway 27 left behind. Behind the Concord, line up through runway 27 left, thank you very much, Canada 46 Foxtrot Golf.
300. 100 above.
Cigar 75 Fox, pressing Alpha, Gatwick, Central 74 inches, place order.
200.
Gauge.
Minimum.
Continue.
Cigar 5 Foxtrot, but just back side, please.
100.
Hello, UPS 475, third left side is Walsh, runway 279.
50.
Third 5
40,
Foxtrot, clear,
30,
midwife is correct, clear,
20,
side.
retard,
Foxtrot, clear,
retard.
with her 3 Golf departure 27 left, 260, so 6020.
Speedbird 1 aborting takeoff.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Diesel.
Roger, we'll vacate left when able to.
And hello, UPS 475, this left side is 279. UPS 475, I heard you 25 Fox.
70. Manual braking. So I think I'm going to be taking Alpha 10. Or Alpha 10 Echo, I think is the... Yeah, that's Alpha 10 Echo. Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, runway 27 right vacated via Alpha 10 Echo.
7627 right, clear to land 7300 degrees to 7 up. 27 right, clear to land, UPS 475. I can add the 46 Foxtrot Golf, 27 left of takeoff for 7300 degrees to 7 up. 27 left goes to takeoff, I can add the 46 Foxtrot Golf.
Speedbird 1 vacated at Sierra 7, we'd like to hold position and work out our issue.
Sorry, just confirm you able to taxi straight back to the runway, or do you want to go back to stop?
We can, if we'd like to hold position here, sir, and then taxi back to the runway once we've got it worked out. Speedbird 1.
Aye, that's fine, I hold that.
Speedbird 1.
So now we wait.
Lufthansa 455 is February 18 out of my channel. Lufthansa 455, good afternoon, continue. Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, left on turn Alpha.
Left onto Alpha 8, Lufthansa 8 Romeo, Hotel Romeo. Okay, so that is this immediate one to the left. Yeah, the landing was quite interesting. Again, I mean, the thing is, or the problem that I have is that when, like, operating to heavy scenery such as Heathrow, and then I have basically a PowerPoint presentation, and there's also some, I would say, somewhat of a significant input lag to the flight controls, so... But, yeah, still, I mean, for what it's worth, it worked out better than anticipated, so... I'm not complaining.
morning, Lufthansa for Lima X-ray, altitude 26, clear to Munich, please.
Lufthansa for Lima X-ray, good afternoon, Kevin to Munich, Delta 2 Golf Margin 27, that's squawk 3447.
Good, Munich, Delta 2 Golf Margin 27, that's squawk 33, that, correction 3447 for Lufthansa for Lima X-ray.
UPS 467, left and turn Alpha, right and turn Echo, hold Echo 1.
Canada 46 Foxtrot Golf, passing 4000. Canada 46 Foxtrot Golf, passing 4000.
Canada 46 Foxtrot Golf, here for direct, sorry, Unicom now 122, that's 102. Lufthansa 4552, accepted on service from 290 degrees at 7.
Seems to be quite some traffic around here.
Sticker 55 Fox, ready for...
That's always nice.
Fluid 55 Foxtrot, pushing start approved first east.
Pushing start approved first east, shuttle Sticker 55 Fox.
Okay, I don't know if you guys hear that beeping sound, but that's basically VATSIM warning me that it's not able to create some aircraft models, so... no, well, big deal. No, there's a heavy coming in, that's I guess Lufthansa 455. And touchdown. Well done, sir. Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo, do I continue on Alpha all the way around?
Lufthansa 8 Romeo, it should be a right on turn now for stand 244.
Ah, stand 244, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo. Okay, 244. That is, yep, that's to the right over here. Wow, if I didn't ask, I would have missed that. Oh well. Okay, let's start the APU.
3171 with you, stand 565, with flight transfer to Madrid, Baraja,
So we didn't get the stand that my A cars told me about, but oh well. So let's just prepare that stand. So he said 244. Oh, and why won't it show me? Show all positions, please.
7715,
There we go. 244. No, follow me. And did not have as a handler. There we go.
Flight those stations, disregard contact here for direct now 119.725.
Go. APU should be available. So there we go, there's 244, so lights off. Wow, the frames are rubbish. Yep, A321 identifies, so Cabin crew, all doors in park. Okay, so let's operate the jetway and request deboarding at the same time. So, parking checklist, engines off, radar, PWS off, fuel pumps off, parking brake on, parking checklist complete. And let me just select Unicom again so that they don't interrupt. So let's go to MCDU menu, ATCU data link, so landing pilot. Oh, there we go. External power on. Parking brake released, and we are not moving. And send our landing report. Forgot to stop the stopwatch. There's always something. Alright, so here we are. Safe and sound in London-Heathrow. Although I have to say, I mean, given the the drop in frame rates, it went better than expected, better than anticipated. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, enjoyed this flight, and yeah, I hope to see you guys soon. Just don't expect me to publish videos on a regular basis. I'm just going to be doing that spontaneously every now and then. So, yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed the show. Stay safe. Stay positive. Very important in these times. And, yeah, happy landings.